As a real estate investor of over 15 years, I can't help but analyze and compare markets everywhere I go. Living in Medellin Colombia is no exception. In today's video, I'll be comparing investing in the USA and Colombia and giving my breakdown on which I prefer and why. 2 years ago, I put together a course called Killing the American Dream, where I teach you how to invest in real estate and my approach overall. If you're interested in investing in real estate, you could use the link below to sign up for that course. Some people would rather not learn to invest or take on deals alone, so I'll also be discussing some opportunities to invest alongside me so you can do deals at the same time as me. On this channel, I discuss living globally along with business hacks in real estate and healthcare, showing you the path so you can do the same. Subscribe and turn your notification bell on so you don't miss a thing. My name is Carl Pierre, and this is ENTP Life. Real estate investing is a tried and tested process for building long-term wealth and passive income. It's one of my favorite ways to produce income and multiply my money. What is your preferred method of investing? Is it stocks, real estate, or is it something else altogether? I'm really curious what people are into these days, so let me know right in the comment section below how you're investing your money. I started investing in real estate in 2006 when I was just 23 years old. Some of you may already know this backstory, but the way I got started in investing in real estate was because me and a group of my fraternity brothers were all graduating from our university at the same time, and we weren't guaranteed housing from the university anymore. Fortunately for me and the rest of us in the group, one of the guys was a mortgage broker, and at that time, all you needed is a good credit score and a job that they could verify, and you were able to qualify for a mortgage. He knew that, identified a property, and that became the first investment. It was a college rental. We converted the house into kind of like a single room occupancy sort of home, and that's where it all started. That was the first time that I really got to see the power of generating cash flow from having tenants in your space while paying down that asset over time. We still own that property till today, and it's testament that you can really get started with something so basic as one single family home and build out something much larger. I currently own a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio that is concentrated in the USA, and I also own some properties in Italy and Brazil. My personal goal is to build out a portfolio that spans 12 cities throughout the world with a market value of over $100 million. Now that I'm living in Colombia, I've been eyeing the market for opportunities. To be clear, my core strategy is the Burr Method. For those of you who are not familiar with that term, the Burr Method, what Burr stands for is B for buy, R for renovate or repair. The other R is for renting the property. The third R is for refinance, and some people add a fourth R on there for repeat. So it's Burr. And that is an excellent way for accumulating a large portfolio of property, because what you're doing is that you're investing in a single property, getting it up in value because you've raised the property value by making those improvements. You're also renting that out so that you're generating cash flow and income on the property. And the refinance allows you to either take out your initial investment or restructure your debt so that your payments are lower, or even take out more than you put into the property so you now have more money to invest in more deals. So ideally, if you have more money after that refinance process, you should absolutely repeat that process. So that is the Burr Method of accumulating and building out a real estate portfolio. From what I gathered, the Burr Method will not work in Colombia for two critical reasons. First being the inadequate lending facilities that are available here, and the second being low rental rates. Let me explain. So at the beginning of this video, I talked about how my Killing the American Dream program teaches you how to invest in 1 to 4 family real estate in the USA. Now, the reason why I made sure to mention the USA is because in the US, the market is entirely different, mainly because of how readily available capital is for real estate purchases. Whether you're purchasing a traditional home or you're getting money to do really unconventional sort of investing, there is capital waiting for you to make those deals happen. In Colombia and in many other places in the world, it's just not the case. Let's take a look at what mortgage rates are like in the United States. Right now, you can get a mortgage anywhere from about 2.5% to maybe 6% for some of the more exotic products as far as your annual rate of interest is concerned. In Colombia, it's 15 to 18% of annual interest, and that's amortized over 5 to 15 years. When you compare the typical loan terms in the United States, where it's going to be, let's just say 3% amortized over 30 years. So you're getting much more money, a lot cheaper, less down payment requirements, less requirements for approval, and you're getting control of much more real estate in comparison to what you could get in Colombia. Additionally, as a foreigner in Colombia, I can't get a mortgage. I have to become a Colombian resident or marry a Colombian and benefit from that and have that person do the investing. In the United States, it's a whole different ballgame when it comes to the availability of capital to do this sort of investing. So right off the bat, that's one of the principal differences between investing in Colombia and investing in the United States. Here, you're gonna have to focus on what you can buy with cash because refinancing in the Burr Method just isn't gonna work out. When it comes to rental rates, that's a whole different situation. Another huge difference between this market here in Colombia and the United States market is what you can get for rent. And there's really a few different things at play when it comes to rental rates. In the United States, it's not uncommon to rent properties for $2,000 to $3,000 a month. That's totally par for the course in most major cities. That could be apartment buildings or even smaller single-family homes. In Medellin, Colombia, somebody could get a 3-bedroom apartment in one of the best neighborhoods in town and pay anywhere from $600 to $900 a month. When by comparison, if we were to look at a city like New York City, for the same sort of property, you're easily paying $5,000 a month. So when you look at how much you could yield on your actual real estate investment, there's much more money that you can make in the United States for renting than you can here. And there's a few things that are driving that. Principally, it's what people are getting paid as far as wages are concerned. Since wages here in Colombia are fairly low, they can't gut people for more than what they're making per month to afford their rents. And by comparison, wages are on average higher in the United States, so a percentage of those wages are acceptable to be paid towards your housing expenses. So if somebody was making $5,000 a month in the US, they might be looking for rental rates in the $1,500 to $2,000 range. Here, somebody might be making $900 a month, and because of that, they're gonna be looking at renting properties for maybe $400 a month, just so they have enough capital to live their life and spend on other things. So that's really a major difference as well between Colombia and the United States. To be fair, we need to compare two $150,000 investments, one in the USA and the other here in Medellin. In fact, I'm going to use numbers from a recent acquisition to demonstrate my point. I bought this property, 47 Monhagen in New York, for $120,000. It was livable at the time, but to get top rent, I made about $30,000 of improvements. Keep in mind that I'm now renting each unit now for $1,600 a month, and the property has a value of over $250,000. I used the Burr Method to refinance my initial investment to get my cash back. The monthly payment is now
$1,700.
and my monthly cash flow is
$1,200.
Isn't that awesome? Had I kept this as an all-cash investment, I'd be cash flowing more than $2,300 after taxes and insurance. This is important to remember, mainly because real estate in Colombia is a cash real estate economy. Let's look at an investment in Medellin, Colombia, utilizing the same $150,000 spend and compare the numbers.
Now, the typical 3-bedroom condominium in a city like Poblado will run you $150,000. It'll be comfortable and modern, most likely with a balcony and city views. Updated fixtures in the bathrooms. And overall, a comfortable, lively space. The same apartment, unfurnished, would only rent from anywhere from $600 to $900 a month. So you'd be spending $150,000 to only earn, at maximum, $900 per month, and that would be on the high side.
As you can see, this just doesn't make sense to me. The only investment I would make here would be in real estate that is positioned for use as high-end vacation rentals, and even then I would most likely utilize a rent-to-rent strategy. Purchasing properties is an option, however, the best rate of return would be rent-to-rent, and that also reduces your risk to a certain extent. For those of you who are not clear on what the rent-to-rent strategy is, it's essentially you renting a property and re-renting it to a third party at some sort of increase compared to what you're paying for it. This works particularly well with office spaces, Airbnb rentals, or properties that you're going to rent furnished. So what you're doing is you're going into any apartment building or home, identifying it as being in a market that is highly desirable and extracting additional value. You could also do this for college rentals, where you're renting the entire home, furnishing it with beds, getting internet services turned on, and then renting out each room to a tenant and charging a markup over what you're paying for this property. So here in Colombia, that is my general approach for how I'm going to be approaching the Airbnbs. Taking out long-term rentals on properties, 10 years or so, improving those properties, getting furniture in place, and those improvements aren't going to be that expensive since wages are so low, and then renting it out to foreigners, mainly because foreigners are going to be used to paying in US dollars or in euros, so the cost to vacation here isn't really a burden for them, right? So for them to pay $100 a night per room is actually a discount compared to what they would pay in other large world cities. So when I look at a market where maybe investing in real estate, actually buying the real estate asset, or where mortgages just don't make sense, I would employ a rent-to-rent strategy and make the spread between what I'm paying for the property and what I'm re-renting it out for. And that's cash flow that you could generate. Albeit you don't own the property, but you can still make a boatload of money using the rent-to-rent strategy. Right now, I'm piecing together deals that are focused on vacation rentals in prime sections of Medellin Colombia and Cartagena. I always get approached by people asking to invest their money for them. When I have the right deal, I open up to members of my course and people who have expressed interest in investing in real estate alongside me. If you're interested in participating in deals that I'm working on, you can reach out to me at info@entplife.com and make sure that you use the subject line Invest and Learn. Let me know what sort of opportunities you're looking for, how much you're looking to invest, and where you want these deals to be located. Thanks again for joining me here at ENTP Life. I'm looking forward to connecting with you at some point in the future. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.